And now, family members, let's go to work. And I need for you to take copious notes because you're going to receive information that will get you P.A.I.D. Now, it was just last week that an Amtrak passenger train headed southbound from Seattle to Portland. It derailed. Traveling at an 80-mile-per-hour speed on a stretch of track designated for just 30 miles per hour traffic, the commuter train careened off a bridge, killing 3 and injuring over 100 people. Now, with modern technologies, this kind of accident should be entirely preventable. However, tragedies like this can ultimately push new policies and change for the better. Now, since 2008, lawmakers have been urging the rail industry to install positive train control. It is a combination of GPS, radio, and computer software. It automatically monitors trains and slows them if they are traveling unsafely. Now, the industry objects that the technology is too costly. In 2015, several rail companies threatened to close key sections of track if Congress did not extend the deadline. This closure would have impaired the regional economy. The transportation of most raw materials and many tractor trailers later moved by trucks depended on rail. The deadline was pushed back to December 31st, 2018. In the interim, rail derailments have been piling up. In 2013, a commuter train derailed in the Bronx when the engineer simply fell asleep. 4 people were killed, 63 were injured. And in 2015, an Amtrak train bound for Philadelphia sailed through a curve at 106 miles per hour. 8 people were killed, 200 were injured. The National Transportation Safety Board concluded both accidents would not have occurred with the PTC I was telling you about earlier, which is a positive train control, which is a combination of GPS, radio, and computer software. Now, sensors and software improve safety. Now, we know this from data. By far, the safest mode of transportation is also the least dependent on humans. Commercial airliners have been largely automated for years. Given the number of passengers and miles flown, accidents are very few. In fact, Forbes magazine recently reported that statistically, you are far more likely to die by being run over by a car than flying in a U.S. commercial airliner. And the government knows this as well. You see, sensors are coming to many parts of the U.S. economy. They will improve productivity and they will enhance safety. Now, we, the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Street family, must begin to look for investments now that will get us P.A.I.D. from the innovation that is being put forth in sensors. But one of the truths about this era is that winners are being crowded early. And when a company finds a niche, it behooves managers to quickly build a moat around core strengths. Now, they then pull every lever to build greater economies of scale to keep competitors out of the market. It's a strange time. Undoubtedly, industrialized economies are headed to an era where sensors will become ubiquitous. Scale is already driving prices lower. The common conclusion is there is no money to be made. On the contrary, it means there are very few competitors. The companies Cockneck is growing rapidly. Sensors and software improve safety. Now, we know this from data. By far, the safest mode of transportation is also the least dependent on humans. Commercial airliners have been largely automated for years. Given the number of passengers and miles flown, accidents are very few. In fact, Forbes magazine recently reported